All right, well, welcome back to another episode of F8 Quit with your boy
Go ahead.
Bugs and Ryan. What's going on, gamers? You guys ready for some crazy gaming action? If you weren't here last time, we just did some beats. And look at all these beats.
Extreme beat farming.
Extreme beats.
MLG beat farmers.
So we gotta wait till January to sell these beats.
Yes. January to sell the beats, but we gotta load them up, man.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out that. We could do a conveyor belt, or we could just buy a front end loader.
Yeah. I think there's also like a super crazy ass complex looking like machine that like picks things up off the ground. It's really weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We might be able to do that. I don't know. We'll see. So what do you want to do? I guess we should go to January since it's August.
We should go to January, and then, yeah, because then we need to get the field ready in April. So, yeah, let's just go sleep.
Okay.
You want to come to bed?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Separate beds, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
All right, we slept till January. Oh, there's snow.
Oh, hey.
Well, snow.
Nice.
Sweet. All right, let's, how do you want to do this? Would you want to buy a loader and then just load it up with this thing?
Well, so the field needs plowing.
Okay.
So
one person can plow.
Yeah,
one person
I'm thinking like if you want to like load them up, I'll plow in the meantime while you're doing that.
Sounds good. I need to get. I'll just go buy a front end loader then.
Okay, I'm gonna rent a plow.
Do a wheel loader. I'm just gonna rent it.
Yes. No, we probably don't need to. I don't think we need to purchase a wheel loader. I don't think we can afford that either.
No,
to be honest.
No, we definitely can't. We can take out a loan, but I don't want to do that.
I think we already have, haven't we? Are we in like $500,000 debt or something like that?
400,000.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine then.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. This is very realistic farming.
Yeah, or we're gonna make no money.
I know. I'm really curious about how much we're actually gonna make from these beets. Oh, hey, look, there's a bunch of weeds in the field too.
Oh, that'll be fun to deal with.
Yeah, I'm just gonna plow over them, so at least that'll be fun.
But yeah. Anyways, how was your week, Bugs? Anything new going on with you?
Not really. No. I mean, same old, same old. Nothing really new or interesting in my life going on. How's yours? You actually leave the house?
I did leave the house a couple of times. It was good. So a bit of an issue before I continue. You gotta be careful because it started picking up snow before I got to the beets. And then it was like, no, you can't pick up beets. It's only snow.
Oh.
So that kind of blows.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah. Well, my week was good. I did some work on the cars.
Nice.
I have a issue with my drift missile car. The passenger door doesn't open. Apparently on BMWs it gets stuck in a double lock feature. So trying to figure out how to deal with that. It's been fun. So I tried taking the door card off, but I can't get it off with the door closed. So I ordered a part from eBay. It's like another little control board thing.
Right.
So I'm gonna give that a shot and see if it pops open. So it's a lot of fun.
Have you tried kicking it open?
Yeah, that didn't work.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been my thought. Just kick it open. The drift car, who cares?
It's perfect. There's only a lot of rust on it. It's so bad. But yeah, that's what I did as well. I was researching that, working on that. And then today I went and helped my buddy Brian with his car.
Nice.
Which we had to take the whole engine out because he had to do his bearing in it.
Bearing?
His clutch bearing.
Oh, wow.
Called? Yeah,
okay.
that's what it's called.
Throw out bearing?
Yeah, so you throw. Yeah, maybe it's a throw out bearing. Yeah. Well, anyways, and I was like, most cars, you don't have to take the engine out to do that, but because his is swapped,
right,
the whole engine had to come out. So that was a process.
Because he's got a what in it?
It's an RB25 in it.
Yeah, nice.
And that car was not made for an RB25.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I did that. And you did that today. And that was it. It was a good day.
Nice. More eventful than my day, than my whole week, pretty much. I haven't really done anything. It's starting to get hot again, so outdoor activities are going to cease because it just gets too damn hot to do anything. I do need to give my cars a clean before it gets too hot again.
Gets too hot, yeah. We were talking about this earlier, but it's I don't know if anyone else lives kind of like where Bugs is, but where he doesn't have seasons. Like that kind of sucks.
Yeah, super depressing.
It's nice because you don't have to deal with like what I have to deal with, which is it's going to be -20 next week and cold. But at the same time, it's just constant. It's always hot.
I would trade that though. That's the thing is like, yeah, you got to deal with -20 or like, you know, some terribly cold weather and a lot of snow. But yeah, at least you get like a state not having seasons just really sucks. Ever since I've been to Florida, it feels like especially holidays. That's where you notice it the most, like Christmas.
Yeah.
Because even in California, I mean, I know I didn't really go from like an extreme weather condition to another extreme. Like I was in California, so it's not like we had actual winter. But even the leaves falling off in fall and like dead trees in winter and it getting colder for an extended period of time instead of like, you know, 2 weeks and that's it. Like it does help with it actually feeling like it is those holidays.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing is like, it feels like Groundhog's Day of just like, yep. I mean, it's great for vacationing, which is why obviously Florida's a great vacation state of like, hey, it's sunny and clear skies and warm every day. But
if you're like retired people too, or it's like if you lived in like Minnesota or Canada, you're like, I'm done dealing with snow for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna do it. Makes sense.
But when you live here and you deal with it, I mean, I've been here for 7 years now.
8 years?
It's like,
I think it's 8 years, isn't it?
No, 7. I moved in 2018.
Oh, I can't do math.
Yep, 7 years.
7 years.
So after 7 years, yeah, I'm kind of getting over it at this point. And then also this winter, we did have like a bit of an extended cold streak and just feeling like 40s and 30s again. I was like, man,
nice, yeah.
I just felt so good. My body felt good. Everything. I was loving it. So it's motivation for me to get out of this state. Ready for something else. Can't stay in one place for too long.
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna go sell our beets. I'm going to.
You load them all up that fast?
Well, it was halfway already loaded.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Erlengrat. Oh no, that's the train station. F that. I'm not going there. Farmers market. Where's the farmers market?
That's a good question. I have no idea. I don't know this map.
I don't know this map.
I'm gonna have to pick up the stones after this as well. Because we got stones in the field.
Got stones. Oh, there, take place. There it is.
But yeah, it'll probably be a while with trying to. That's a lot of beets.
Oh, I haven't even touched them.
That's a lot of beets.
Made a dent in the pile, dude.
I can't wait to get $800 for that entire trailer.
That's the shitty thing is we're on like the hardest difficulty too, so we're not like it's gonna feel so demotivating when we actually sell this stuff.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment and preparation and all this for like not even $1,000.
It's why every time I start I'm like, all right, guys, on stream, I'm starting a new farm. I do one harvest and I'm like, that is absolute bullshit. And then I just go right to making a death field out of
every time I've ever seen you streaming Farm Sim, I click on it and I just like, as I'm waiting for it to load up, I'm like, it's gonna be windmills. That's all it's gonna be.
It's gonna be windmills, isn't it? Because I always start, I'm like, yeah, no, we're going to start off.
We're doing
gonna
it
do
legit this time.
We're doing legit this time. And then I'm like, wait, how much did I make? This is stupid. Bring on the windmills.
Oh, God.
No, but it's nicer with two people.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we'll keep telling ourselves, that it's going to be worth it. All right, here we go. Let's see how much one trailer load
All right,
gets
I'm
us.
ready. Oh. It's at least 1,000. At least 2,000. 3,000.
Oh, it's
4,
actually
5.
6,000 per trailer.
You know what? That's not actually
That's
that
not bad.
That's actually not bad. And there's a ton more too.
Considering that one trailer just hasn't even covered the cost of our initial leasing on our equipment.
No, not at all. This plow
we can't-
alone was $3,500 to lease.
Okay, great. So let's not think about that. Let's just be optimistic. Don't think about the cost. You know what else? We're not going to look at our financial sheets.
I was
until
about to say
start.
we should go into the finance tab and just look at like
don't go in
profits
there.
and losses and
It's not real until you look at it.
exactly.
I'm sure people out there have done that when you're like, I don't know how much money in my bank account. I got bills. Like, and you just put off looking at it because you don't want to face the news of like, I have nothing.
Yep, been there.
But that's the time when you should be looking at it.
Yep, I've been there. Of like, I know I don't have anything, and I don't want to know.
And I don't want to know. Yeah.
But then, yeah, you need to know because then you're like,
it's like you need to know.
I gotta
so you
buy
can budget
this
and try and get out of it.
I want to see how long it's going to take you to fill that trailer, like full empty. Didn't seem like it took you that long to do. I mean, even half a trailer didn't seem that bad.
I get 4,000 liters per bucket load here.
That's not bad.
Quite a bit.
Not bad. I mean, you got time. I got to plow and then I got to remove the rocks. Also, what are we growing next?
I don't know. You tell me. I chose beets. You tell me what we should grow.
Okay, let me take a look and see what we can do.
I definitely like the idea of making our own products too. That can be fun.
So like turning it into something?
Yeah, like growing potatoes and making potato chips, or growing vegetables and making soups and stuff.
Well, let me take a look at what.
I just don't think those are profitable because then you have to buy the actual.
Well, that's the thing is like, yeah, we have to buy into the actual factory.
Yeah.
And depending on those, some of those are like anywhere from like 150,000 to 300,000 for the initial purchase.
Yeah, I think that's like a pipe dream to get to those points. I think we just do crops for now.
Okay, so if we're just gonna stick to crops, I mean, honestly, what my early game crop in Farm Sim is always soybean.
Corn. Oh, soybeans. Yep, soybeans are good.
Soybean, because it requires no specialty equipment to grow.
Well, you're a soy boy too, aren't you?
Of course, yes.
Soy boy beta cuck.
But it requires.
Hey, that's okay as long as it pays. I'll be a soy boy too.
It requires no specialty equipment to harvest or grow or anything, and you get a lot of it per acre, and it makes a decent amount of money. So I always go soybean.
Okay, let's do some soybeans next.
Okay.
What an exciting crop, everybody! Soybeans.
What, you think they're jumping out of their seats for red beets?
There's some beet fanatics out there, dude.
Well, they can beat it.
Nice, dude. That's funny. You guys get that one? You guys get that humor?
Because you like beets?
Get it?
Beets by bugs?
B-E-A-T. Beets by bugs. Bay Area beets.
Bay Area beets? Beat them all.
Beat them all.
I'm stuck on it. Duh. Okay, I'm just fighting a damn power pole over here. Stupid plow. I hate the plows in this. I hate the angled plows.
Oh, the plows are the worst.
They drive me nuts.
I always hire slave labor for that. I mean AI.
I just get a mod where it gives you a plow that's like straight. You know, it's not angled. You don't have to pull it at a sideways angle. It's just connected to the back of your trailer. Your tractor.
Wasn't that fancy?
Mm-hmm.
So I asked for questions last time, and I got a question.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot
From
about
somebody.
that.
They said,
From somebody.
yes, how did we meet? A lot of people don't know how we met. We met on adultfriendfinder.com back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an ad for single man desperately looking for friends, any friends.
Yep.
And me being a single man, also looking for friends. I hit this guy up and
Yep. And then he started paying me a lot of money to be your friend.
Well, he immediately he catfished me,
as you do.
as you do on the internet. But I forgave him.
People are gonna think that's real.
What do you mean? It is real. The stream sponsored by adultfriendfinder.com.
Yeah, is it? Is that even a website
okay,
anymore?
it wasn't real. It was Craigslist. I found him on Craigslist in the misconnections.
That's even worse. Misconnections.
I was down in Florida.
I didn't live in Florida at the time.
Oh, I was sorry. I'm getting confused.
Yeah,
I was down in California.
Get your facts straight.
I was just
you're catfishing yourself,
looking for properties because I'm a real estate mogul. Bug saw me at the Whole Foods and he put out a misconnection saying, whoever was the tall, fat, out of shape, stinky man that I saw, you seem kind of cool. Let's hook up, but not in that way.
Okay, here's what actually happened. Ryan was a huge fan of me, and he desperately messaged me every single day. Please play games with me and talk to me. I'll pay you a lot of money. And here we are.
I did do that.
Okay, tell him the actual truth.
What do you mean? That was the truth. No, okay. The actual truth was we met through in the first community we were in.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God. Sorry. Come look at my tractor. I almost flipped it. Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was back in 2016.
Yeah.
We ran into each other in server a couple times, and then we started messaging each other, and sparks flew.
Yeah.
And we became friends, and we realized we have a lot in common.
Yeah. 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 It literally was just, in the same GTRP community, and started messing with you in game, and then we started chatting outside of that, and then I mean that was pretty much that at that point.
Pretty sure my first message to you was after you stole my car. I told you to go fuck yourself for stealing my car. You thought that was funny, so
I did. Yeah, that's pretty much what started it. Was you were always the clerk at the 24/7.
Yep.
You know, hence your number.
Yeah, that's right.
247.
That's right.
And because I knew it was like a consistent thing of like, oh, Ryan's working the 24/7. It was easy to just go over there and just steal your car because it was like, I know you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all it took.
And like there was the thing with that place, and it happens in OCRP a bit, is there's a lot, like, we're not stupid. A lot of people join because they're fans of Bugs and our content.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was there, I wasn't making content. I wasn't allowed to make content. Like, we won't get into that whole garbage with that place, but I'm sure there was a lot of people there that were just kind of, you know, starstruck by you at that time and weird around you.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't care. He's just a fucking nerd like I am. So go fuck yourself. Stop stealing my car.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's always the thing is like, I know with us, it's a little easier to just be like, I'm just a person. But I mean, you know, when somebody, I can understand why people would be, God, it sounds so full of myself.
It sounds fucking douchey. I know. Like when we
really
were talking,
does.
like people know us. Well, like we're not.
It's like
stupid.
I get it. You know, obviously we've made a lot of content over the years, and people have watched us for a very long time, and you know, are surprised when they get to the point of like, you know, being able to interact with us, having that reaction of like, oh wow, like I've watched this guy for a long time. I mean, it's the same thing of like I would do that with, you know, if I ever got into a lobby with someone that I watched on YouTube for a long time, I could understand having that reaction. But the biggest thing is like having people just treat you like they do everybody else.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, like, that's really what it is. I mean, we're no different from anybody else. We just make content. We are the same as everybody else out there. No one's less than or greater than. And that's what's nice, is like you were just like, no, you're just a dude.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care what you do. I'll be real with you though, because I for sure watched you and Jeff before I joined. Like that's how I found it. So like there was, when I first ran into you in server and same with Jeff, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like this is guys I watched before, and like hearing your voice live was a little bit of a trip.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, they're just nerds, just like me. They're just regular people. Like it's.
Well, that's what's nice about having like a community as well that you're a part of is.
Yeah.
You can kind of break those barriers down by just like communicating with people.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing that happens with OCRP now. Like, you know, we're active in that community, and people, we talk to people, you know, from that community, and I think it really kind of breaks down like. They're this guy that makes content, and it just reveals like, oh yeah, no, they're just normal ass guys.
People, yeah.
Which is ultimately, I think, what all of us want is just like, just treat us like normal people.
Which most people do. Like,
yeah, they do. It's not very often that someone doesn't, and if they do, it's never. I mean, it's never a bad thing. I don't ever look down on people that do that. I can understand it. It's just, it's weird for me because I don't like to, I don't know. I don't think of myself as being
like a public figure.
Yeah. Or like someone that would be like fanboyed over. Like, I'm just like, that's just so, it's still, even after, I mean, I've been YouTubing for 13 years. Like, even after all this time, it's still very strange of like, wait, you're excited to like talk to me? That's so weird. It's very foreign.
When we were down at Daytona last year, there's some fans that recognized us and came up to us and talked to us, and I haven't had that happen very often. And that was just such a trip. It was just it was so cool, and like they were so nice, and it was so nice meeting, like seeing people. It's like, it makes it, because it's so easy to be like, yep, like this video got X amount of views.
Yeah.
But when you actually, so when we were down there, I actually said to Bugs, I say, look at that stadium. And I say, because like what's Daytona's over 100,000 people in Daytona or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
I said, imagine all those, every seat is filled watching your videos, they're watching your video right now. And it put it into perspective of like, holy, like, you're like, our reach is quite big, even though like in the grand scheme of YouTube, we're maybe middle of the road, but it's still, it's always good to remind yourself to put that in perspective of like, these are real people watching.
Yeah, and, well, it's easy to get desensitized with numbers or with like usernames, and because that's the only connection that we really have with a lot of people is like, we might recognize a username or a profile picture or something like that. But it's easy to get desensitized to that because like you see so many usernames and so many profile pictures, and it's like, I can definitely recognize usernames of people that have been around for a long time and stuff like that, and like, oh, that's that guy. But one of them, I think actually at Daytona, was he was the guy that made the One Tap compilation.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was the guy that made the One Tap compilation.
Oh, that's crazy.
And when he said his name, I was like, I immediately remembered it of like, oh yeah, that's the guy that did the One Tap compilation.
Yeah.
And it was like, it made it real, and it made it more, stand out more because it wasn't just the same username.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It was such a trip that somebody. It's crazy. It's like, I can't believe somebody recognized us and wanted to meet us. I think it's very special, and I don't take that for granted ever. No. And I'll never get used to it. I know you will never get used to it.
It's still it's so foreign still. Like, even after, I mean, I've gone to PAX and I've done that, and I've met a decent amount of people, but even then, like I remember the last time I went to PAX, I had some people come up to me and just be like, they just wanted me to sign their like badge and then take a picture, and I was like, this is so like me. You want me to like what? Like this doesn't make sense. I'm an idiot on the internet, and you want me to like, I don't know. It's so weird. It's something that I mean I will never get used to. If I haven't gotten used to it in 13 years, I don't think I'll ever get used to it. It's so strange.
I don't even, if somebody even asks for my signature, I don't know. I don't have a CivRyan signature. I don't know what I would sign that as.
What's so happened to me is like people are asking for my signature. I was like, dude, I don't know. What do you mean?
It would look like a 3-year-old writing, just in plain non-cursive.
Oh, dude, mine was bad. Mine was really bad. I made my like BAB logo and then just put like bugs at the end of it, and I was like, that just looks horrific. But I was like, that's it. That's all I can do. I don't know what they want. I'm gonna start telling people like, you don't want me to scribble all over this and mess it up.
You know what's funny though? Part of me goes, I kind of like that. That's what would be the case, because I'm like, how douchey would it look if you were just like, yeah, bro, no problem, and you did this like huge, like fancy ass signature. Yeah, no, cool, stay in school, bro. Like that's like, fuck, man, I'd kick my own ass.
It was something I was not prepared for, because I was like, that's not gonna be a thing, and no, it was, and I was like, oh god, and then on the pressure of the moment of just like, yeah, sign this, I was like, I remember that, standing there being like, oh my god, I don't know what to do here.
What's funny is, I think in Daytona, like everyone recognized Jeff. Like you can spot, because he's had his face on the internet and in his videos and streams, and you can't miss Jeff. Like he's a tall, bald boy with a beard. You can't miss him in a crowd. Honestly, you can't miss me in a crowd, but a lot of people don't know what I look like. A lot of people don't know what you look like. I've actually been recognized by my voice before. Dude, that happened to me once at Flight Sim Expo.
Yeah.
And they double took, and they're like, whoa, I recognize your voice. That tripped me out, man.
Well, what tripped me out was when I did get recognized by my voice, I was at a bar. I was sitting outside at a bar at like 11 o'clock at night, chatting with some people, and literally not even in the like thinking about anything to do with YouTube or anything, literally just hanging out with friends at a bar. And then some guy comes up to me and goes like, hey, this might be really weird, but are you Bugs? And I was like,
You imagine if you weren't? Like, be like, what the hell you talk Bugs? What do you mean Bugs?
I should have just been like, what? No, I'm a person.
Are you okay, bro?
But yeah, it caught me so off guard, and I was like, that's so weird to. I mean, yeah, with Jeff, obviously, yeah, you've seen his face, he's been around, but to be recognized by your voice, that was something that I never even thought about. Happening. And that was a trip. That was crazy.
But yes, if you're ever in the Calgary area and you see me driving my Nissan around, it's on my Instagram, or my beater ass white BMW that looks like it should be on the road.
Me and you are more recognizable about our cars by our cars than by our faces.
I don't like, you know why? Because I don't like posting my face.
No,
it's not interesting. My cars are kind of interesting, so I'd rather post that.
Yep.
Kind of ugly too. I don't want to post that. At least the cars look good.
I can clean up my cars. I can't make myself look better.
I can put a wrap on my cars. I can't wrap this ugly mug, dude.
Did you get any more questions?
Oh, no, I don't remember any other ones.
Okay, that was the only one that you remembered.
That was the only one that I actually saw.
Okay, good.
A lot of them were asking about, when people were like, give us updates on your cars. But I want to do, I mean, I've said this for years. We're going to try and get the other channel going.
Yep.
Cars Without Borders. We're going to rename it. I'm jury's out on the name. I don't know what I want to rename it.
Well, maybe people can put suggestions in this video about what they think it should be named.
Yeah, go for it. You have any suggestions for it? Because Cars Without Borders is just a little too cheesy.
Yeah. Well, especially because like I'm not gonna be.
You're not even doing it.
No, I'm not even gonna be doing it. I sold my project car that I was gonna be doing for that series.
Yeah, we fired bugs.
Yeah. Yeah, I was told I didn't put enough.
Didn't meet his quota.
No.
Didn't put enough. Didn't put any.
I didn't put any.
Didn't do anything. The other thing too, and I've talked about this on stream before, is like I want to do a different direction with it, because even when I was editing the videos, I was like, this isn't even interesting to me, and it's like my car, it's our cars, and it's our work. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to be like a, hey guys, today we're going to be installing upper control arm. All right, so first we're going to use a
right, like tutorial stuff. Yeah.
I want it to be. So I think my direction with it is going to be more kind of vlog based, because now that I'm actually doing stuff with my cars, it's like do a vlog day of coming to a drift event.
Right.
And just film the whole thing. And just try to make it a little more entertaining. And more kind of like half about the cars and half about the people too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I look at like the channels that I look up to for automotive stuff. Like I love Donut. Well, not so much lately.
Yeah. Old Donut.
I love the big time guys.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of the big time guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're great personalities, great dudes, and love the shit that they do. And James Pomfrey Speed, basically the donut offshoots.
Yep.
But yeah, I like that style of content.
Well, yeah, it's always about like it's that like, yeah, like you said, kind of like that vlog content of, it's about the people doing it, not so much like, you don't want to be a tutorial.
Yeah.
It's about like the experience and the people doing it.
What's good is they make their videos so that the average person can watch, understand what's going on,
mm-hmm. and
get it. So they're like, hey, we're doing, we're trying to add these mods to this car. These are what they do. Like, this is the point of it. And then there's a payoff at the end too. Whereas you can get stuck if you're doing, what we got stuck was money wise. Like we can't just go, all right, buy 10 grand worth of parts, get it all done, and then there's the episode. It was like, no, we had to do it at a time, so there wasn't a payoff for it. There wasn't like, okay, now let's go see the car on the road. It was like, no, it's not done yet. Like, give it a sec. So there wasn't a good payoff, and it got to a point where we wanted to get our cars ready enough to drive them for summer, and doing the filming while trying to work makes it 3 times longer.
Yes.
And especially working on cars, an hour job never takes an hour. It takes 4 hours.
Yep.
Like you run into a rusted bolt and then it snaps off, and then you got a whole, issue on your hands. But anyways, so it turned into a thing of like, Brian just says to me, he goes, put the camera down. We got to like get this done.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right. So then we're hammering down, getting our cars done. So, but yeah, so that's my plan, is to try and do vlogs, like a vlog style, make it interesting, kind of follow our journey of learning to drift. Because that's the new direction for the channel, is we're going drifting.
Yeah.
And there's some big plans in the work. I won't reveal it yet, but there's a big plan for what I got in store with that. It's going to be a while, but either way, I think, just vlog style, make it interesting, make it so like for you, like let's say you want to watch the videos, like I don't give a shit if you're like how to do the upper control arms on a car that I don't own. Like you don't care.
Right.
You would want to see like, oh, what did Ryan get up to last Saturday on his drift event? I want to see what it was like. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it would be more like, hey, we installed this, and this. Here's kind of what that looks like now.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. Not how to.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure there's a payoff at the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How's the plowing going there, bud? I sold all the beets.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're rolling. You're rocking.
Yeah, I'm rolling it. I got the rocks off. I got all the rocks off.
You got your rocks off?
Yeah, the rocks are off, man.
We're gonna need to clean the inside of that tractor. Let me get a power washer.
And now I'm rolling it to give us a nice seed bed to plant on when we get to April.
This is Mr. Farm Manager over here, crushing it.
Yeah, I'm a professional.
Do I need to do any lime or anything? What does it need? Let's look. I'll peek.
No, we're good on lime. Yeah, we're pretty much good on everything. We just need to go to April and plant, honestly, once I'm done with the rolling.
Sweet. Okay.
And then, yeah, for me with the car stuff, I was going to get into it and do it, and ended up not doing it because I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
And it turned out that the car that I was going to work on, once I kind of got into it a little more, I realized it was going to be way more of a project than what I was looking for at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was like I had that
scope.
Yeah, so I had that 64 Impala, which I love that car. Would love to have another one. But getting into it, it needed floor pans, it needed door jams, it needed a lot of metal work. And I was like, ooh, I am not prepared to do this.
Yeah.
And the money that it was going to cost to get that done, I was like, I don't know if I want to put that into this car. So it kind of ended up just sitting for a while I was trying to figure out what to do. And it just got to the point where I just was running out. I didn't have room to keep it. I was like, I got to get rid of this.
And that happens with a lot of car guys. Like, yeah. Projects, you buy a project and you go, you know what, this is just out of my scope.
Yep. Well, and also it was one of those things of I bought it because at the time it was a great deal. Like the guy was literally like, he had sold another car, and it was a car that he got on a trade with cash. And he was like, I don't want this car. I don't need this car. I just need it gone because I just need this amount of money for it to cover the cost of the car that I, traded for it. So it was a good deal to swoop on, but unfortunately it just ended up not working out in the long run. And then because I needed to downsize things, that's when I sold my Miata too. That would have been a good car to work on. And so I ended up kind of just selling off all my projects. Anything that could have been a project, I ended up selling off. So
did you sell your Chevelle?
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's tough to build a classic car when you already have a sweet ass classic car too. Like that Chevelle was awesome.
Yeah. No, I ended up selling that as well because I went through a move process and I did not have the room that I had before, and I had to get rid of stuff. So unfortunately, as much as I loved that Chevelle, that it had to go. Yeah. Which was a hard thing to see gone, but it's part of the process.
Yep.
Okay, so I think we're good. So if we want to go to April,
let's go to April and then we can plant.
We can plant real quick. And then, you want to here? I'll return this machinery for you.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, it's funny because like I now own how many cars? 4 cars. And someone's like, oh my god, you own 4 cars. I'm like, listen. All 4 combined cost less than the Focus that I had.
Yep.
And 2 of them, I pay $500 a year combined for both of them to be on the road in insurance.
Yep.
They're so cheap. When they get to classic status to insure it, $500 for 2 of them for the whole year. Well, that's ridiculous.
That was the same for me. Like, remember you were like, you got so many cars, and I was like, yeah, but if you add them all up, they're not like I might have a lot of cars, but there's one of them's $3,000, another one's $2,000, another, it's like it's just a bunch of beaters.
Just buy shit boxes.
Yeah,
man.
literally.
I found Facebook Marketplace, and that's
the problem. It's the late night shopping.
I still look. I'm like, well, there's one for sale right now, and it's so cheap. Where it's like, well, I could pick it up. I'm like, you don't need another one though.
Then you go and get it, and then you're like, oh, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, the one I bought, that's the big plans for the channel. It was such a good deal. Like, what I paid for it was such a good deal that I didn't even really look at it. I just went, worst case scenario, I can sell this, I can flip it and make a profit.
Yep.
So, I was like, it'd be stupid not to.
Well, here, let's go to April, and then I have a question for you once we get there.
All right.
Cut this.
Come Come on. There we go. All right.
And it's April.
It's April. All right. We got to, what are we planting again? Soybeans.
Soybeans. So I'm going to go ahead and get a plant or a seeder, I think is what I need.
We need to put down, I think we need to put down fertilizer too. Yeah.
So actually, oh wait, some of these planters I could do fert and
Combo?
seed.
Okay.
I can combo it, but I also don't want to break the bank, so I'm gonna try to find one that is not super tiny, but also not super
remember,
expensive.
there's two of us too, so like I can fert no problem because I'll have nothing to do.
Okay.
If you're planting.
Okay, then I'll get oh god, yeah, that one doesn't have a capacity to it. Hang on, let me try to find one that. I'll do the, you know what? I'll do this one's 4.6. Here, I'll do this one. Wait, let me confirm.
Oh, because it's a seeder, not a planter.
Wait, does this do? No, wait. Is it a planter that does? No, planters do soybeans.
Oh, do they? Okay.
No, wait, no. I'm forgetting what the icon for soybeans is. Hang on, let me look in the menu. What does soybeans look like? Oh, it's like the little yellow bean. Okay, so that does soybean. That does. Okay, so yeah, we need a planter, not a seeder.
Also, we already have this big spreader that we bought, so we may as well use it.
That is true. That is true. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get.
Oh, it's already got fert. I'm gonna go fert it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one. That should be decent enough. But yeah, so I was gonna ask, what is the vehicle? Do you have a vehicle that you regret selling the most?
I haven't owned that many vehicles in my lifetime, so my vehicle history is pretty small. I had a Renault Clio 4-door when I lived in England when I learned to drive there.
Sick.
Which was hilarious because Bugs knows how tall I am, so yeah. I looked like a fucking giant coming out of a clown car.
Pretty much for Americans, that's like, it's probably, what would you say, like maybe
it'd be like a Toyota Yaris. Yeah.
Mini Cooper size?
It's smaller than a Cooper.
Yeah, they're not. They're not big.
I'll throw up a picture of it right now.
Yeah, there you go.
So they know. There's a picture of my first car. Second car, when I came back to Canada, I bought a base model Honda Civic. Honestly, that might be the car I regret buying because it was such a good, reliable, cheap daily driver, and I sold it before COVID.
Yep.
I sold it in like 2018, I want to say, for like peanuts, dude. I sold it for $3,000 and they're going for 10 right now.
Right.
It's stupid. And it was in good condition. So it was a manual, 5-speed manual, 2-door, fun little car, amazing car.
I think that was the car you were driving when I met you, right? The hybrid.
Yep. Yeah, the hybrid wheels, but it wasn't a hybrid.
It wasn't a hybrid? I thought it was.
No, it just had the stupid looking wheels.
Oh.
No, but it was, dude, that thing got like 45 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. So then I had that, and then I got into bought my dad's TLX, then sold that to get the Focus RS, which I kind of regret buying or selling it, but I also am glad I sold it. I got out of it for...
Yeah, no, I think you did it at the right time.
Pretty much what I paid for it.
Yeah.
I only lost a couple grand over 4 years of ownership.
You got to experience it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to, you know, mess with it a bit, and then you got out of it at a good time.
Before... Because I'm like, that car made me nervous with potential problems.
Head gasket.
Oh, you hear stories of sorry, I'm just sitting here not working.
You're also in my way.
Oh no.
Oh no. Proceeding sideways. But yeah, no, I mean, it was for me, the Focus was the first new car I ever purchased. Which, you know, is why it holds so much sentimental value to me.
Yeah.
But no, I think the way you approached it was good, because you got into it, you got to experience it, you messed with it, you modded it, and then you got out of it, and it really didn't ultimately. I mean, with cars, you're gonna lose money always.
Yeah. I lost money on the mods. I'll put it that way.
You always lose money on mods.
You never do. I could have parted it out, but
you always lose money on mods. If you ever mod your car, you're gonna lose money on the mods that you put on it. That's just how it is. But that's also like we've talked about it. Like that's just cost of enjoyment, you know.
I'm going in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cost of enjoyment. Plus, like, I wanted to make it my own, and I had set up that car really well. So the guy that bought it off me, he actually owns some very nice cars, a lot of supercars. He owned a GT3 RS, Lambos, McLarens, and he wanted the Focus RS, which that should tell you how good that car is.
It's a great car.
Because he wanted a fun daily driver, and he went and drove it, and he's like, you set this thing up perfectly. He's like, it's really well done. Like, so I had fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good car.
So what about you? Any cars you regret selling?
There's one car that I always regret selling, and
can I guess which one it was?
Yeah.
Is it a car that I've known about?
Yeah. You should have known about it. I can tell you what year I owned it.
Okay, what year?
2019.
Was it did you sell your Mazda Speed?
I did sell that, but I did not sell that in 2019.
Okay, so that's not the car.
That is not the car.
That I don't know. Sorry. Or Crown Vic? Crown Vic?
No. Okay,
shit.
No. The car I regret selling the most, and I would love to get another one, but you know, post apocalypse prices, it's just they're way too expensive now. Was my 1996 Chevy Impala SS.
Oh, I forgot about the Impala, dude.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, that car was sick.
That car was fucking amazing, and I loved it. And I got it because it was such a good price for the mileage. It had, I think it had like 76,000 miles on it or something like that, which was crazy.
That is crazy.
It was such a good price. I jumped on it, and I drove it down to South Florida for like a Panther platform like meet.
Yep.
And on the drive back, it died on me, and I had to get towed 4 hours home, which was an extremely hefty tow bill, and that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. And then it was throwing check engine lights, and it had evap codes, and there was what I assumed happened was who I got it from was either original owner or second owner or something like that. And it had been sitting for a long time before I got it, which then as soon as I started driving it, all the gremlins started coming out. So I put it up for sale, found someone that, you know, paid what I bought it for. So I sold it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I got out of it for what I got it for. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with it right now. And then post COVID prices, those things are now mid 20s, almost 30 for the same mileage, and it's just I paid a quarter of that. And I regret selling that thing.
Yeah, you can't look back at that because who would have known, right? You didn't expect
I mean,
the market to go crazy.
I didn't know about the market, but even if the market stayed the same, I think I should have stuck with that specific one. Because, I mean, it had some gremlins in it, but nothing that couldn't have been figured out. But yeah, that's the one I regret selling the most, of just like that car. It was so cool and it was so comfortable. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the couch on wheel cars. Like that's why I loved my Crown Vic. That's why I like, you know, big American 4-door sedans with V8s, is because I love the whole like recliner on wheels pretty much. And that thing was like, it was a good year too, like mid 90s, and had enough tech that it was like, all right, you get a couple little things here and there, but not enough that it's intrusive. It was a really good middle ground of stuff. And I was like, man, I still to this day regret selling that thing.
Yeah, that thing was sweet. I never saw it.
No, I didn't have it for very long.
You didn't have it when I visited, but yeah, cool cars, man.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So I need to do some rolling here behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do that real quick.
How'd the FERT go? You get all that done?
Yep. It's all done.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, if we roll, we'll skip a month and then we'll FERT again real fast to get that 100%, and then we're good. And then I believe we go to October for harvest.
Oh, okay.
And then also dream car.
Oh, that's such a tough question. I get asked that a lot.
That's such a hard question because I feel like mine changes every hour. I don't even want to say every day. Mine changes every hour.
Because like I have like there's the crazy dream cars,
right?
Where
of course.
It's like
the unobtainium.
The unobtainium. Like, but then there's also cars where I'm like, okay, well maybe that's actually a possibility down the line. I'd say my crazy dream car would be like a F40.
Oh yeah.
Which, oh, by the way, did you see the one that crashed?
Yeah.
The mechanic driving it?
Yep.
$2.5 million just gone. Oh.
Yeah, I'm an F50 man.
Oh yeah, that's right. You like the F50s.
I love the
I love
the F40s. Don't get me wrong. The F40s are amazing, but the F50s for me, I love those things.
Yeah. That's like a dream.
Yeah, that's unobtainium. That's never going to happen.
In terms of like a car that would be maybe obtainable, it'd be super stupid. So now that my current Focus, I go in and out of like Focus, like I'm hard focused on drifting right now.
Yep.
So my dream kind of drift car to build would be a E92 M3 into a drift car, because I love them so much. But that's also, they're very expensive. They're 30 grand used still, so it's just they don't make sense right now. So that's why that one's kind of it's doable, but it's not smart to do.
Yep.
Okay, so what about you? What about like a realistic dream car?
I mean, honestly, if it's so hard because it changes all the time, but I think I would love to get back into a Impala again, or even get like a 64 Impala that would be drivable would be fantastic. All like real dream car. I want a 57 Chevy Bel Air.
Oh, now we're talking.
Like,
those are so sick.
I go back and forth whether I would want a convertible or not. Part of me goes, I think that would be awesome to have a convertible. But then I've had convertibles before with Miatas, and convertibles are nice when they work and they suck when they don't. There's a lot of issues with convertibles, so I think I would go like hardtop, but I want the split window.
Oh yes.
So like there's no B pillar. And those like red with white, with the red and white interior. And
just 5,000 pounds of chrome on the front.
Oh yeah, dude, just so much chrome for no reason. 50s cars are. I wish they still made cars like that. I love the fact that the car manufacturers just did things for the sake of pure style. There was no point in doing any of the things that they did. They just went, hey, that would look cool. Let's do that. I love that.
Some big fins on the back, and these lights look like spaceships.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cool.
And they just did this crazy stuff just because it was the way they just wanted it to look that way. And I wish car manufacturers would do that nowadays, of like, just make something ridiculous just because that's just the way you want it to look. There's a lot of, obviously there's a lot more regulations nowadays than there was back then.
Yeah.
But like, I just love the post-war boom of just like, we got the money to do it. We're gonna just throw. We're just gonna go nuts with this stuff. I was like, I love that styling. It's
and
just
like
so
all
good.
the colors they offered were
Yeah,
just
and, like,
all the cars were colorful.
All the bright colors and like you could just tell it was a good era with how the cars looked.
I think my favorite decades for cars are the 50s. Because for that exact reason.
Yep.
Just because they're just ridiculous and fun and chromed up and flashy and it was just so fun. And then skipped ahead to the 90s.
Yeah.
I think the 90s just had such good cars come out of it and fun cars, good sports cars.
Yep. It's that good level of that middle ground too. Like I said with like the Impala, where it's like you get a good level of tech where you get a couple little things like maybe some power windows, but it's nothing that's super intrusive. It's something you can still turn a wrench on it.
Yeah, it's funny. My 300 has power seats in both passenger and front and driver, and automatic climate control. Which was like it was in 1991. Like that's crazy.
That is crazy.
It was that old, and they were having features like that.
Yeah.
What's funny is you go back to even some of the 50s cars, and you'll see cars with these features that are just became standard eventually, but at the time you're like, what the hell? Like that's insane they did this.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for classic cars. Like
I want a oh my god, what is it? The for a classic car. A Lincoln
Continental. Yeah, like a 60
slammed on its nuts, black.
Yep.
Fucking.
Yep, the suicide doors on the back.
Rims, dude.
Yeah.
Put it on bags. That's the only car I would put on bags.
Yes. Those things are so
just
nice.
Murdered out. They look so good.
Those things are so nice. I love those giant.
So long.
That's what I love. I love the two-door cars that are 25 feet long, and it's like there's no
so
point.
ridiculous.
And then you open the engine bay, and you got a V8 in there, which is great. But then you got 12 feet of nothing before the radiator, and it's just like, why?
It's a 1950s V8 where it's like an 8-liter making 120 horsepower.
It's like why? But it looks so good.
It looks so good.
There's something about it where it's just like, oh my god, those cars were great. Like especially like 70s and 80s like Cadillacs.
Yeah, I want a Cadillac Eldorado. Dude, would be so sick.
Yes, I love that style. I wish we still made cool cars. I mean, we still do. There's still some nice cars coming out, but it's just that era was just so good.
Cars are just turning into appliances now. Just point A to point B machines.
Yeah, the throwaway. That's the biggest thing is they're just throwaway cars.
But that's a whole nother discussion.
It is. Do we want
another stream?
Do we want to go 1 month and do FERT real quick? Or you want to save that for next time?
I think we save it.
Okay.
Why don't we could FERT?
Yeah, we'll FERT, skip, harvest.
FERT, skip, harvest on the next one.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think that was good. Good episode, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Well, let people in the comments tell us, what is your dream car? Yeah. What is your unobtainium car? What is your realistic dream car? And what is the car that you regret selling the most?
Nice. Look at this
interaction. Engage.
Algorithm. You know what's funny though? I don't think the comments even affect the algorithm.
They
anymore.
don't. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
But I like reading them.
Yeah.
As long as you're nice to me in there. Trinity likes reading them too.
Yeah, she wants to hear them.
She's still hopped up from our
Ready or Not
recording. We had K9 Trinity out there. That was really funny. Yeah, that's right. Well, Trinity says bye. I say bye.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. See you.
Bye.